In October last year, South Park The Fractured But Whole came out on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and PC. And what was in there was a much improved combat system over the first game, The Stick of Truth, as well as a more cohesive story that sort of felt like it was subdued a bit in terms of controversial or shock value comedy, and instead it felt more grounded and realized as a proper RPG game. And now that a few months have passed, Ubisoft have released the game on Nintendo Switch, and honestly, it's a pretty perfect fit for many reasons. First off, South Park The Fractured But Whole looks incredibly pretty much the same as the TV show, so if you're looking for that authentic experience, you're definitely going to find it with The Fractured But Whole. On Nintendo Switch, at least in handheld mode, there is a slight more of a grain to it that looks a little bit off. The very crappy clarity that is the South Park TV show is sort of it got a little bit of a grain filter over it on Nintendo Switch. Now, it didn't hinder my experience in any real way, but it was definitely noticeable to the extent where it just didn't quite feel exactly like the TV show. Still, the game looks really good. Like, I know it sounds weird saying that it looks good, but when they get the chance to show off the animation in the supers from the classes you choose between, the animation, the visuals on show here look incredible, and they look really awesome on the Nintendo Switch screen. So if you haven't played The Fractured But Whole, it's essentially South Park's take on the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they create their own story with Coon and friends and all that, and it's a really great take on it. They sort of capture some of the more absurd part of the whole cinematic universe that it is, as well as sort of build on their own thing in terms of making a really fun RPG that's well written, that doesn't go too ridiculous. So even if you're not the biggest fan of South Park, it's still done well enough that you can enjoy it if you don't follow the show much anymore. A lot of the throwbacks can go all the way back to nearly the start of the show. There are some times where things are being referenced or featured that are more recent that I kind of didn't see or understand because I haven't really watched South Park that actively for a number of years now, but I still really enjoyed it. I think it's a great role-playing game. I think the combat system is incredible, and why I said the combat system works so perfectly for the Switch is that battles are relatively quick. You don't sort of spend dozens of minutes going through a boss battle. Each battle can take anywhere from a few seconds to a couple of minutes at most, and that sort of quick play works really well with this game on the Switch. And the fact that for the most part, in most situations, you can pretty much just pause and save the game, or because it's the Switch, you can just put it into sleep mode and then turn it back on. It doesn't feel like much of a resource hog in terms of battery drain either. I seem like I got a fair amount of time out of the game. The computer didn't heat up, the system at all didn't really heat up or anything. But it was a great, honestly, it was pretty fun to go back and experience South Park The Fractured But Whole again in a whole new way, in a handheld yoke, and I think Ubisoft did an excellent job of porting this game over, and I think it's a really great fit for the Switch. We've got a lot of great RPGs coming out for the Switch, and this is definitely one that will be added to that list.